August 11, 2022. Marcus Giavanni here. The 2023 Denver mayoral candidate, hashtag City County of Denver. This kind of puts everything into perspective. The chances of any candidate coming in and taking over the positions that were taken in these are the top 5 candidates right now. In regards to the time they submitted their municipal candidate affidavits that you have to do to run for office. And the strange thing is when you understand, like, Wikipedia tries to be this, like they're some type of encyclopedia for politics, and they're very in Denver. I can't speak for anything else. They're very biased, fake, bullshit, fucking people. And I say that in a way where if I use that F word and it frightens you, which I doubt, but if you're throwing rocks at my glass house, then you should go to church and pray for us. Pray for both of us. Because when you understand Marcus Giavanni, perennial candidate, it makes it sound like, oh, he always runs but never wins. Well, when you've got things stacked up against you, they're not stacked against me now. It's stacked against all the node connections over the years. Same old faces, same old tired bullshit writers whose careers are going to start imploding because artificial intelligence has deemed them to be trolls of democracy, not willing to accept or even look into or talk about how I sued Stephanie O'Malley in 2011 because of ballot issues. And even if I won, I wouldn't have got my name on the ballot printed fast enough. So everything is designed so that you lose. Like all these candidates, what they don't understand is that we all are scored and ranked in regards to how we fit into a category, a situation, an event, in this case the elections, and our authority to which we have spoken officially as a candidate over the years. I have 3 elections under my belt. 2 of those elections I sued the city and county of Denver's clerk and recorders. Stephanie O'Malley, 2011. The big one was 2019 when I stopped them from ever having to use the e-sign verification. Have you noticed it's not going on this year? Now, they might change it to try to trip me up, but I've got emails where they've told me they're not using it anymore. They've halted it. So we'll see if that's true. So when you think about how the manipulation starts in the digital world, you would think that, oh, he's just Giovanni, but people know. My name's at the top. I made sure. And then I got the ball rolling for everyone else. I mean, Jesse was already telling people he was running for mayor and had a page up for collecting money. And he broke the rules right there. You have a certain time when you make a declaration, but we're so laxed at everything, it doesn't matter. And if you write things, so I don't care. For me, I like Jesse. He contacted me and told me I need boots on the ground. My boots have been on the ground for 3 elections, man. I'm the only one that knocks on all the doors to get my petitions. Most people get their petitions where they into FOIA, calls people up. They come in and sign this. That's how the Democratic Party wins all the time. But they're not going to win this time. Because the one thing they failed in all their bullshit is to be able to recognize the changing signs in a digital world they don't control. So all their media people, like Colorado Sun, Denver Post, The Rocky, all of it, all those people have been indexed, and they're used as the model. When Wikipedia puts this in their thing, which they won't, because they're self-destructive fools. in regards to certain politics, certain ways, and the way they skate out of it is, well, we don't put that information. It's open to anybody. No, it's not true. It's only open to certain people because when other people try to write content, they get bounced. So let's not bullshit nobody. But the fact here is that when you think about all the people in this list, the most cowardice of all is Ian Tafoya. He's a verified troll bitch. He makes his rounds to everybody he can to take their ideas and then uses them in his own ways. And and some people say, man, that's just part of the game. That's just business. You tell people your ideas. Yeah, when they're coming in as like trying to come on a radio show and help them build something for Earth Day, and he's a manipulating baby Huey, and everything he talks about, we're slow bleeding his ass, and he's the every candidate. They need to realize that I could do this to every one of them, and it's going to do it to themselves. It's like Andy. Google search Andy, Rougeot. Gotta tell you, look at the videos. So, um, it's something when he came out and declared GOP. When we've been fighting this nonpartisan versus non-political, the establishment against the truth, against their spear amendment that they've kind of I don't know, man. But there's the list. And now when senators and those all come in, whenever there's a new candidate, artificial intelligence already, man, everything they've done in the clouds, that's what this election is. And that's why you're starting to see the things that you see. The same players like Westward and the same hashtag Rubino JC or hashtag Connor Michael 28. These are identifiers. People that are troll of democracy. They write things in a way to favor other people. They know what they're doing. And see, they don't know that I know what I'm doing. And so the further they bury me, the further they manipulate their content, to which they are allowed to do. This is where you have to do your due diligence. Well, some people don't have that time to do it, especially single parents, divided families, trying to keep shit together. Everything that Denver promises, we've turned into a decay city. And when Webb and Pena came out and said that, the growth mayors, they were growth mayors, and then we went through a decay time, from Hickenlooper to Hancock. And when you think about Hickenlooper, his main thing was to eradicate homelessness. And Webb already got it all under control. It was starting to pop back up because of the city councils that they had. They all just care about the money, the photo ops, all their friends, going to the parties. Charlie Brown, councilman, what a worthless tomato pusher he is, man. I met him. I was like thinking, man, do you have a brain? Do you even know how to think? I sat in his office. I watched this old man, racist dude. You guys don't think it, but I know racist, and he's a racist, man. I can smell a racist. I could smell his racism just by the way he looked at me, the way he was obtuse toward me, the way his mannerisms, and same with all the other city council members. They all pretend to care. They're all banking on $94,000 a year, while all you other people go hungry that elected these people. And you start seeing things worse and worse and worse. And God, you get rid of that camping ban, and Denver's done. Denver, when those campers invade, done. And so you have people that don't know this because they don't know what it is. They're just going by ideology. They're just going by what a few people want, and people that don't want it don't want to vote for it. So it might just happen. And if it wins, that's the way it is. But what we're talking about is Denver's Spear Amendment. And in 1963, they did some whoop-de-woo stuff. I was only 3 years old. Hancock wasn't even born. I don't know where Mayor Webb was. So these people wouldn't have known it. And the people that were doing that shenanigans were, 50, 60, 70 years old. They didn't have all the young people they did back in the day. They were all older people. So now all the younger people that don't have any experience, no merits, no abilities, they're running cities down to the fucking ground because they're trying to help the people from the streets that they grew up with. And they don't want to snitch those people out. They don't want to hurt them. I don't want to. But as we have these people who've never been out of Denver, 5 generations that don't even know about the Spear Amendment, that right there, folks, should tell Tony Pigford to get the fuck out of the race. Candy C.D. Baca, socialist, that my dad and his uncles, I know I'm adopted. I'm Central American Indian, Iberian, West Nigerian Jew. I was adopted in an Irish Roman Catholic Republican military family. And when I say Roman Catholic, I was an orphan. I was a preemie baby. When I look at my birth certificate, it makes me fucking sick. Nothing on there is real. The name, everything is just made up. And I have a W by my name, and I'm not W. My brother David was Apache Indian. They had a W next to his name on his birth certificate. And you walk in the room, and I'm like, wait a minute. But nobody says anything. Because that was the white privilege that they tried to bestow on Indians and other minorities that get adopted. And, you know, for me, I think I would have rather... I mean, I had 20 by 40 foot swimming pool, built-in barbecues, lived across the street from a golf course, and we lived in the barrio. What I called it the barrio, the hood, Maryvale. But you know, we're now in a digital time, and all these candidates have no clue that everything they ever said in regards to elections, in regards to helping people that might have come up to them, or them actually contacting other people, asking them, hey, why are you running? See, you can't do that because everybody's a Democrat. And so now what's going to happen is now we need non-Democrat people, because if I win, I'm going to make every single one of those council people denounce their party affiliation. And if and there's laws, folks. Oh, there's some laws right now, but I'm not looking to put Denver in a straight and narrow. I'm looking to keep Denver corrupt. I'm looking to keep Denver where, you know, we can continue what all these other people are talking about. The homeless. I'm going to fight and deliver for the citizens of Denver. I'm going to be the future Denver. I'm going to end homelessness. I'm going to... You all ain't going to do shit. You heard me? I'm sorry, nothing personal, but I'll match my life story with any of you any day. I'm a super meta human. And I know I'm humble bragging. No, I'm just explaining who I am, what I do, and why my meta tags match my meta experiences. And so, like Ian Tafoya, he can only talk about environmental shit. He won't talk about anything that's destroying Denver because he evidently doesn't live in Denver. 2, he's part of Denver's kleptocratic government and all the people that have promised over the... I've been indexing for 3 elections, folks. I indexed Denver over 10 years ago, and they all laughed. I hear them now. I hear them in my head. And when I took them to court in 2019, I had to make sure that the big bosses showed up, and they did. For Denver clerk and recorder, I had 3 attorneys, their assistants, people in the courtroom. And what I did is, as soon as they walked in, my phone, it started node connecting to every single phone in that courtroom, just as all their phones are looking for Bluetooth that are open. And a lot of people don't understand that your Bluetooth can turn on automatically if you don't have it set right. Even when you have it set right, it can still be turned on by a higher authority. And so what happens when you walk into a courthouse, your phones, it's why you should never take your phone into a courthouse. Ever. Never. Especially if you're a criminal. Because everything gets documented. They know you're there. They just don't. Leave your phone in the car. Or leave your phone at home. But you'll feel naked. You'll feel like you're lost. You don't know what you're gonna do. You don't have your phone. Shit. Not me, man. I say sayonara, see you tomorrow. I don't plug it in all the time. I ain't sweating it. I ain't doing that, man. So let everybody else get like that. Not me. I don't care. So, and it's cost me a few deals, but I don't care. You either call me when it's time to call me or don't call me at all. So, in this little briefing that we're doing here, folks, we have to watch the powers that be, because you're going to start seeing them fall hard, really hard. They're all trying to manipulate, trying to manipulate everything right now. The economy, everything, and you just look at how expensive everything is. Not only is everything expensive, but they've taken out 20 to 25 to 30% of product. You open up the canister or your box of cereal and you look and you're like, fuck, it almost looks almost like it's almost half full. No, it's 30%. If it looks like that, it's 30%. I can eyeball that stuff, folks. Down to, I can see a building if it's crooked by a 1/16 of an inch, believe it or not. But I did building inspection in Florida, and I won't talk about that. It's another story. But I can tell you this: I gave the estimate to the people. Well, I was going to give the estimate. I take that back. I was there to give an estimate of water that was leaking down in the basements of all those big skyscrapers down the coast of Florida. That's just one of many, but that one that fell, I can tell you this right now, that Miami is in Florida, as far as their building inspectors, they're on it. I can guarantee you that every single one of those buildings are being inspected down in Miami. I was licensed. Doesn't matter. What matters is that we have people that are running for office that's in the digital world, in order to participate in what we're doing now on the internet. Your actions have to match your meta tags. You can't just go out and say, yeah, I'm like Ian Tafoya. Google search hashtag believe Ian. And it's funny because there's a thing going right now, because usually hashtag city and county of Denver, we dominate it all. But then what happens is these people, they do a flush. And so when you start gaining too much power, you get flushed. And so now I don't have all the images and stuff because they all got together. When I mean all, I can explain that later, but it's just the way they all communicate. They can't hide anymore. So as soon as they hit the typewriter, as soon as they hit an email, as soon as they hit a text, as soon as they're all in a group in a room and they're all talking, conspiring to throw a birthday party, you can find that content. And the people they contacted to go to that party, all on the internet. And it's not the actual conversations, but you find images and people. And then what happens is, once you do that analytics of that, then you wait till the event stops or is over. And all those people are going to post all those pictures and everything they did up on their social channels. And that's how it's pattern matched to who was there. And then you can pretty much tell them what they talked about. But you won't get anything real concrete out of anybody, because that's why you got to do even further advanced algorithms. And but in the meantime, all we do is see them have, like, the Denver Democrats threw a party, summer party, and everybody was there. Ian Tafoya was talking with Candy C.D. Baca. I wonder if Candy told him, Ian, I think that's pretty chicken shit that you're going to run for mayor, and when you couldn't even take me on in District 9, and I want to run for mayor, and now what are we going to do? I wonder what that conversation was like. I can show you, folks. Just do some algorithms. Go searching. Troll it. That's what I call it. Troll it. We're all trolls. There's nothing we can do about it. We have different levels of trolls, but everybody's trolling. It's just like, when people go fishing, everybody's fishing. That's phishing. So trolling is the same way. You're Google searching, you're trolling, you're searching. But to be a troll bitch or a troll biatch, that's something that you really don't want. And that's verified. That isn't hearsay. That's not false accusations. That's 100% digital fact based off knowledge based trust. Something that Ian Tafoya knows nothing about. You heard me, Ian?